Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field. I'm a little bit late. Good thing I got a good cameraman get us going. This is the second game of the brand new 2025 season. Second game in the Lynn City Soccer Tournament. St. Mary's easily defeated Lynn Tech. This is Lynn Classical against Lynn English. This is like Thanksgiving in September when the two schools meet. Classical in the green, English in the white. Alaya Alvarado in net for Classical. Kiyomi Moon for Lynn English. Peter Papagiannopoulos, the head coach for English. Jessica Cambali, both of those very good friends of mine. And the problem we have up here is we can't see a thing because that sun is starting to set, and when it sets, it blinds everybody on the press box side. It's bright sunshine on the left-hand side, and it's all shade on the right-hand side. And we can actually read the scoreboard now, time-wise. So the winner of this will take on St. Mary's in the championship final Saturday afternoon. The loser will have to get up early and play Tech on Saturday morning. That's a long day Saturday. There's 4 soccer games and a football game. And we've got 2 football games on Friday. So great way to start the season. This being Tuesday, the day before school starts, they're playing soccer. So the day before school starts, we have soccer, and from now until Saturday, Classical football will play at 5 o'clock. At the end of the Classical football game, there will have been 11 games played here at Manning Field. Nice little chip and a nice save by Moon. They got it out in front, and they couldn't get a whole lot on it. They just kind of chipped it, and Moon got a piece that knocked it out. And Classical is going to get a corner kick, I believe. Now they're saying the goaltender didn't get a piece, he just went out. And Moon will kick it away. Didn't kick it far. Almost put it in dire straits. Loose out in front. Classical saves it. And they bounce it off English. Moon's kick, she put it right on the foot of a Classical player, but it was bouncing. And she couldn't get a good shot. It got deflected. They were skirmish out in front, and Classical trying to center it, bounce it off English, and Classical will get the corner kick coming from the near side. Off the head of Classical. Classical trying to get control. They get the kick and they knock it home. Between the 30 and 40. The last one over there. Right there was a long here. Right there, you gotta get rid of them. She's the one going for the ball right now. With all that commotion out in front, Mia Duncan finally knocked it in. Glasgow grabs a 1-0 lead early. Not quite 5 minutes in. Awful hard. They got the lights on here. I'm not sure why. There was all kinds of skirmishes out in front. Glasgow couldn't get control. They finally did. And through that maze of players, I don't think Kiyomi Moon ever saw the ball until it went by her because there was a bunch of players out in front. And Duncan got a foot on it. This will be the first of three that these teams play. They play each other twice during the regular season. Now they get to play each other in this tournament. So it'll be English and Glasgow 3 times. This is the annual Lynn City Tournament. English, Glasgow, St. Mary's, and Tech, both the boys and girls. I mentioned it's election day. I hope everybody get out and voted. It's the day before school starts, but the girls are out playing. The boys will play tomorrow, and it'll be the same group, English and Glasgow, St. Mary's, and Tech. And then championship and consolation rounds will be Saturday.
Mix up the teams. Long hair is 8.
Waiting for that sun to finally settle so we can see something. If anything goes to the left, you get blinded by the sun. Trying to settle behind those trees over at the cemetery. Glasgow back at it in the English end. Glasgow has a few players back from last year. One player, Parker, outstanding player, opted not to play. I don't know why that happened. That's a tough loss for Coach Gambale. Candace Chuth. Chahuth. I hope I taking a shot at pronouncing that name. CHHOCUTH. Chokuth, I hope. Trying to kick it deep. Trying to get there was Ava Jones. Kicked a little too far. English trying to pick it off. Glasgow takes it away. Bouncing around. Getting around a couple of defenders. Nice move by Tatiana De Leon. And it went out. off English. English couldn't save it. Shakuth. Maybe it's just not saying Candace her first name. I think we gave that goal to Maya Duncan. I think it was Marissa Stone. Now I have to change it again. It's McKenna Duncan. Now that I see her down in front of me, way over the far side with this sun. As classical, just can't get an easier goal than that. It got tipped out in front. The entire net was open. All she had to do was count to 10 and put her foot on it and knocked it in the net.
Score by 10. 10, Bob, 10. 10.
Jocelyn Cisneros Tejada. They don't make this easy. Jocelyn Cisneros Tejada had the easiest goal that anybody will ever have in their lifetime. She was in the right place at the right time, right in front of the net. And now, as I say that, Classical takes it away and knocks it home. Classical taking charge. Again, hard to pick up the numbers.
That was 4.
I think that was Mia Duncan. We didn't give her the first one, but we'll give her that one. And Coach Papagiannopoulos says, I want a timeout. And while we have the timeout, I want to mention we had a tragedy and a celebration this week. Two great gentlemen. Ed Toner, outstanding teacher, coach, administrator, football player. He played for the New England Patriots. He got the New England Patriots Alumni Association very first Volunteer of the Year award. He was an outstanding gentleman. He helped an awful lot of students. He gave much of himself. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to him and his family, especially his wife, Diane Toner, his daughters, Katie Toner, Scullion, and Ellie Toner, his son, Ed Toner Jr. Ed Jr. played for the Colts. Brother Tom. Toner played for the Packers, so it was a football family. But he gave so much of himself to so many. He was outstanding, helping everybody he could. And there's a very big hole left with the loss of Ed Toner. He was a gentleman. He had friends. Anybody who met him became a friend. He was that good. He influenced generations of students across the city. He lived in Swampscott, but he graduated from Lynn English, and he played for the Patriots from 67 to 70. He was an outstanding athlete at Lynn English, and just an outstanding person who gave so much to so many and gave himself, helped so many, especially the students. And it's a huge loss for the area to lose someone like Ed Toner. So our thoughts and our prayers go out to him, his family, and his many, many friends and loved ones. God bless Tona. May he rest in peace, and bless his family, relative, friends, and loved ones. We played just about 11 minutes in this first half, and Classical has jumped out to a quick 3-0 lead. 3 different players scoring. McKenna Duncan, Jocelyn Cisneros Tejada scoring, and then Mia Duncan getting one. And English just hasn't come close. Classical has kept them back on their heels. As it was in the first game for St. Mary's, it looks like the field is tilted to the left for the green and gold of Classical. It goes out. Went out. Off Tejada. Now they're calling it off English. Classical lets it go out, and he'll take the throw in. Both of these teams, it's always strange for me to say they play in the Greater Boston League after seeing all the years I did all the games in the Northeastern Conference. It's been a while that they've been in the Greater Boston League, but it still just seems for that pass. Somehow that pass went all the way by everybody, came all the way to the near side, and again, a very easy goal for Classical. It went by everybody, missed everybody, and sitting on the doorstep all by herself, just saying, I think if I get a foot on this, all I have to do is touch it. I have a wide open net. Another simple goal for Classical. The second by Jocelyn Cisneros Tejada. That's the second time that Classical has wound up with the ball on their foot with a wide open net. That pass came from way over the far side, came across, and everybody just watched it go. Nobody touched it. It came from the far right side, right out in front of the net. Sitting on the near post was Tejada, and said, thank you very much, and just tipped it in. And it's quickly 4-0 Classical. Corner kick for the Lady Bulldogs, coming from the far side. Bouncing to get deflected by Classical. It did. I thought it went off Classical. English will do it again from the far corner. English got a piece of it, but couldn't redirect it. And it's going to go out off English. Sun is settled. You can easily see the scoreboard and that end of the field, but when you turn and look to your left, you get blinded by the sun because it's still just getting lower and lower, settling behind those trees. But it hasn't quite settled yet. English pass behind the intended receiver. Classical knocks it down, takes it away. English broke it up. And I guess whoever kicked it went off somebody's hand. The kick, it went out, but it went off the hand of Classical. And that'll give English the kick from the 40-yard line. Classical knocks it deep, but there's nobody there. And it goes out, and it went out off Classical. Out again off Classical. Someone will come from almost right in front of the Classical bench. And Classical knocks it out again, so we keep moving little by little upfield. They throw it deep. Classical's the only one there. And they're going to kick it out of play. Throwing coming from the far side. Knocked off Classical. Classical takes it away. Deep down the near side for a break. Trying to get around. English gets there first. Nice defense by the Bulldogs. Knocking it away. Well, substitution before they throw it in. And it went out. So that sun is finally settled. Now everybody doesn't get blinded when you look to the left. As I mentioned before, the lights have been on for a while here at Manning Field. English couldn't knock it deep. Pass a little bit behind. Getting it back. Haley Romero and Crystal Romero. They could be sisters. They were going back and forth with the passing. Swept away by the defense. Tatiana De Leon. And Crystal Romero will put it in play. Popped up, battling for it. It went out off De Leon. Romero will put it in play. Glasgow gets it by. And they get it by again. Nice rush. Looking to walk in. They get the shot. Couldn't get a lot on it. Just kind of rolls into the net. Good rush down the sideline. I think it was Toledo. Still hard to pick up the numbers because they got their hair hanging down. Romero kicks it deep. English gets there first. Good hustle. And Glasgow's going to let it go out because English kicked it out. Halfway through and counting this first half. 4-0, the Lady Rams over the Lady Bulldogs. Glasgow takes it away. Duncan still with it. Pushes it by. Down the far side, still with it. Gets the shot off. And went wide to the left. I don't know if anybody touched it. Duncan made a great rush from the far side, took the shot. It was going by the net. I guess somebody from English touched it because Glasgow's going to get a corner kick. Skips loose. Big block out in front. Great defense by English there. Shot goes wide by Duncan and got deflected by English. I didn't get the number, but what a great defensive play. The Glasgow almost had a very easy goal again, but the defense was there to block it. Kick goes way deep. Glasgow heads it in. They keep it alive. English knocks it away. Deflected out. And I think before that we had a call, maybe contact against Glasgow, because English is going to get the free kick. Glasgow breaks it up. English takes it back. Glasgow picks off the pass. Deflected. Pop straight up. English got a piece, but they tried to knock it up. They knocked it off Glasgow. Coach Gambale making a couple of changes. Now we'll get the throw in. Headed away by English back. Now it's knocked out by English. Classical trying to track it down and maybe get a shot off. Blocked nicely by English. I think it was Aguilon that made that block. Classical gets control. English takes it away. They give it back deep. Classical knocks it up. English takes it away. I think it's Rose Zapita. I think she was the one that made that big time block on that what would have been an easy goal for Classical. Both of these teams are loaded with seniors. Classical again, coming right back. Trying to center it. Bounces once. Moon grabs it and holds on. And she boots it away. English collects. And Classical takes it away. Duncan with a rush. Gives it up. Classical trying to center it, got picked off by English. Got knocked out. They're calling it off English, so Classical will get another corner kick. Following the bouncing ball, English kicks it away. Loose. English with the kick. It got blocked out in front by the defense. The defense takes it away. Good job. I think it was Zapita. Changes now for English. Classical again, back at it. Shot goes wide right. Moon just gives it to a defender. Boots it upfield, deflected away. Classical picks it off. English again kicks it up. Bounces by. English had a break. They kick it ahead. English collects. Bodies go down. They almost had a breakaway. Deflected again. Classical finally gets back and knocks it away. English had an opportunity a couple of times to maybe break loose. They still don't have a shot on Alvarado in net for Classical. Classical starts it back after taking it away. And we got a whistle as a player down. Back upfield. She's going to the bench. I hope she's going to be okay. Trainer's going to look at her. Now they put the ball back in play. Classical will kick it away. Classical knocks it up. And English knocks it out. Corner kick from the near side. Loose. Everybody's trying to get it. And we're going to get contact called against somebody. I think it's going to be against Classical. English will get to kick it away. They got it up, bouncing around. Everybody trying to get a piece of it. Everybody banging around with each other. Classical walking in. Shot right in the middle of the net. Moon able to make the save. Got a good look at it. They tried a little give and go. It got picked off. I think it was McKenna Duncan who got that shot on net. Late in his first period, Classical has put 4 on the board. They lead it 4-0. Multiple substitutions for the Lady Rams. We had Rich Avery on in the first game. He's the keeper of the keys here for Fraser and Manning, and he's had a little bit of a respite with not much going on except the Navigators, and they were finished a while ago. So for a while there's been nothing going on. He's been working with the athletic director, setting up the schedule for here. And difficult when you got 5 teams in the city. And that makes it 10 when you talk soccer. And then you have a men's flag football league that plays here. You got a men's soccer league that plays here. You got a youth football program that plays here. So Rich has a busy schedule. and he does an outstanding job. He's got a lot of great people that work with him. They handle the front gate, ticket selling, and refreshment stand when it's open. They do an outstanding job. Not easy when you get all those teams and all the games, and this thing is going. You got, I forgot, we got St. Mary's flag football, you got lacrosse. So there aren't many days that there's not something going on here. If there is, then there's somebody practicing here. So Rich Avery has a full schedule. And again, does a tremendous job. When John Kasayan left, everybody said, what are we going to do? John Kasayan has left. He was the guy running the show. He did an outstanding job, and he retired. And up stepped Rich Avery, and has filled in very nicely. English with the throw-in, just past their bench. Glasgow takes it away again. English hasn't come close to getting a shot on net. And here's Glasgow stepping up and taking away again. Defense just letting him, not letting him get set up. So trying to knock it deep. English knocks it away, and they knock it out. Bounces by everybody. English knocks it upfield. And they had control, but they lost it out of bounds. "4-0 Classical here in the first half. St. Mary's won the first game easily over Tech. So if the score stays the way it is, it'll be St. Mary's and Classical in the city tournament final on Saturday afternoon. And English will be taking on Lynn Tech. They'll have to get up early and play Saturday morning. Classical and St. Mary's, if the score stays this way, can sleep a little later, play later in the afternoon. Be the two consolation games and then the two championship games, followed by a football game by Lynn Classical. Final 2 minutes of this first half, the clock stops. I'll never understand that. I don't know why they just don't keep running the clock. But they stop it with 2 minutes left in the first half, and then I don't understand in the second half, they stop it with 5 minutes left. So I don't know who came up with those rules. So in the final 2 minutes, Glasgow got off to a quick start. They had two of the easiest goals anybody could ever dream of having. The ball skipping past everybody, laying right in front of an open net on the foot of a Glasgow player, and all he had to do was just touch it. Two of the easiest goals that anybody will ever score. Bounces by everybody. English knocks it away. Glasgow will get possession. They knock it toward the net off the foot of Guevara Reyes. Blocked and knocked away. Shot from long range goes wide right. Got a good foot on it. Looking to get under the top crossbar inside the far post. Just went a little too far. And with that last shot, they blow the whistle and say that first half has come to a close. So, a big first half for Classical in their opening game of the season. They jumped on English early. They got 2 easy goals with wide open nets with the ball on the foot of a Classical player right out front. And they added 2 more. And we've reached halftime of the second game in the Lynn City tournament. Lynn Classical 4, English nothing in what I call Thanksgiving in September. Welcome back as we're set to start the second half, and I'll very quickly, we talked about a tremendous loss for the area, Ed Toner, and again, our thoughts and our prayers go out to his family, but there's also a celebration, the 90th birthday for Dave Solimini, owner of the Solimini Funeral Homes. Dave, an outstanding gentleman in the city. He's been there for people during the most difficult times. So I was happy for her to get together and have a big birthday party for Dave and celebrating his 90th birthday. He runs the funeral home and he's outstanding and very friendly. He does a great job helping everybody. But he's also serves as the godfather of Friendly Knights of St. Patrick's, an organization that awards scholarships to students. He's involved in charitable organizations like Valladolid Council Knights of Columbus, Order of Malta, Santa's Helping Hands. He just does a great job in the community. He visits the sick, his charitable work. He was named the Essex Media Group's Person of the Year in 2018. He is just a huge part of the city of Lynn, one of the outstanding people in the city that does so much for so many. And it was nice that they could honor him. 90 years young. It's untold how many people Dave Solimini has helped. Standing out in the cold, getting contributions for Santa's Helper. So many behind the scenes that people don't even know about. He's just a huge asset to the city of Lynn. He's been that way for many, many years. So congratulations to Dave Solimini, 90 years young, celebrating with all his friends, and no one deserves it more than him. Congratulations to a great gentleman. So there's a plus and a minus. You know, a huge minus losing Ed Toner, a tremendous teacher, administrator, coach, football player for the Patriots, guiding and helping so many students. And on the other side, a great celebration for a great gentleman, Dave Solimini. So our thoughts and prayers go out to Ed Toner and his family and a host of friends. And there are many. And happy thoughts and happy birthdays go out to Dave Solimini. So we're underway in the second half. Our school got 4. 2 of them very, very easy. Just, here I am in front of the net. Who would ever think that the ball would come on my foot and I had a wide open net and all I had to do was touch the ball? That was 2 of their 4 goals. It goes out, off classical. Classical trying to get control. English reached over and knocked it out. This is the deepest penetration English has had with the basketball, with the soccer ball. I gotta get my sports in line. This is the second game of the night. St. Mary's an easy winner over Tech, moving into the city tournament final. Tomorrow, the games will be exactly the same. St. Mary's and Tech, English and classical, but it'll be the boys' version. And then come Saturday, will be the 2 championship rounds and the 2 consolation rounds. Classical knocks it out. Classical knocks it out again. And that's Chohokuth. And I know I'm not pronouncing that correctly. English, classical parts are way up in the air after taken away from English. Goes all the way upfield and it winds up with classical. They throw it across and it gets by everybody. There's a couple of classical players there looking for the pass and it got knocked out. They call classical offside. So it was a late call, but they called them offside, so English will get to kick it away. Deflects right to the English bench. Classical will get the throw in. We've had a nice crowd for the first day. I mentioned busy week here at Manning Field. Kick from a tough angle, looking to get it to the far corner. Went high over everything and out of play. I think it was Duncan with the shot. But I don't know the entire schedule, but this tournament and Lynn football will play 11 games between now and Saturday. This is Tuesday. Between now and Saturday, there'll be 11 games played here. And I think Moon was looking to give it to one of the defensemen. She kicked it right by him and kicked it out of play. And Classical will get the throw-in down deep. She kicked it right by her teammate. English knocks it out. This will be a corner kick for the Lady Rams. coming from the near side. English gets a piece, knocks it away, and knocks it upfield. Glasgow looking to go to the net. Just over the top crossbar. Almost a perfect kick. I don't know if that was Stone. It's either Stone or LEHS. Hard to pick up the numbers again. We're so far away. Glasgow trying to get it in front. They save. Moon made a great save. Great pass out in front. And Moon made another save, and then Glasgow knocked it home. Moon made two great saves. I think it was Duncan again. McKenna Duncan. Two great saves by Moon, but then the ball bouncing around, and Duncan finally got a piece of it and knocked it home. She gets her second, and 10 minutes in to the second half, Glasgow grabs a 5-0 lead. Deflected, I think they call English offside. Kick is away. Bouncing. English kicks it out. Glasgow gets the throw in down deep. Deflected by Duncan toward the net. English clears it away. English with a rush. Glasgow hustles back and takes it away. English takes it back. And they knock it out off Glasgow, right at the Glasgow bench area. Is where where English will throw it in. English again, right in front of the Glasgow bench. And slowly but surely they move the balls downfield. English the throw in down deep. Popped up. English trying to center it. They got a high pop up. Winds up behind the net, out of play. Coming to you from beautiful Manning Field. It's in outstanding shape. The turf they just did over a short time ago. This, and now that they put turf at Fraser Field, the city of Lynn and the athletes are extremely lucky to have these two facilities. And now they'll have another one with tech being completely done over and being refurbished. And the city of Lynn should be very proud. This Manning and Fraser colleges would like to have these two. Two great facilities. And it's used and used and used. Every time I think of it, I always leave somebody out with the number of teams that play here. And there's so many. There's not many days that there's not a game being played here. And if there's no game being played, there's usually somebody practicing. Well, lots of times you see the young people, they leave the gates open so people can run around the track. But there are a lot of people come in and kick the soccer around. So it's very seldom is this not being used. Trying to center it. They got it out in front. It went right by everybody. There were a couple of players from Classical out in front, but it was right about head high. They couldn't get the ball. And English finally clears it away. And trying to kick it upfield. They did get it up. I thought it was going to go out, but Duncan saved it. And now Classical knocks it out. Well, a substitution for English. Deflected out. English will get the throw in. Nice takeaway. And kicked it upfield and kicked it too far. Here comes Duncan. She gets around one. Good hustle from behind. Back checking by English, knocked it away. Corner kick from the near side. Winds up behind the net. Everybody got excited. The net moved. They thought she knocked it home. But it wound up behind the net. And English will get to kick it away. Referee picked up the ball for some reason. He's holding on to it. I'm not sure why. He put it down at the 10-yard line. And they're going to give Classical a free kick. I'm not sure what that was all about. I don't know if somebody made contact or somebody got a hand on the ball. but a little bit of an angle on the far side from the 10-yard line. Actually, it came from the 5-yard line. It got blocked by the defense, and Glasgow knocked it out. So they had a golden opportunity to score again, and he kicked it right into that, I call it the little picket fence that the defense sets up. Glasgow keeping it in. English battling for it. Glasgow takes it away. They go to the far side. They get it back from long range out in front, defense, and they let it go, but didn't tell the goaltender they let it go. Moon was sitting back waiting for the defender to kick it upfield, and she didn't. She let it go back, and Moon had to hustle and grab it. They almost gave that one away. Popped up. Glasgow winds up with it. Trying to get a shot on net. It goes wide. Moon would play it on a couple of hops. She was going to go way wide right. And she almost gave it away. She just tipped it to the defender. Glasgow almost picked it off. And now English knocks it out. Substitutions for the Lady Rams. Halfway through and counting the second half, Glasgow comfortably on top. Skips it deep, but they call it. They blew the whistle for a takedown. They knocked the player down. They knocked, I think it was Zapeta. Rose Zapeta. English will get the kick. English knocks it deep. Glasgow knocks it out. English will get the throw in down deep. They haven't been down here very often with the ball. Couldn't get a shot off. The defense kicked it away just as English was lining up a shot. De Leon knocks it up. Rodriguez Aguilon picked it off. Knocked to the middle by Zapata. Glasgow knocks it away. English knocks it home. I think they're waiting for that offside. She stopped because I think they thought she was going to be called offside.
who scored? English.
That was kind of strange. We didn't get the number. I apologize. And the official scorers didn't get it either. But they knocked it ahead. English went and got it. They were out in front. And the goal scorer stopped because she thought they were going to say offside. The whistle didn't blow, so then she went and got it and knocked it home. And everybody was kind of almost standing around. And it's difficult. It's hard to pick up the numbers. We're 10 miles away from everything. And it's also hard because as soon as they score, everybody crowds around in a group and hugging, happy, and you lose track of who it is that knocked the ball home. So I apologize for not knowing who scored. And the official scorer doesn't know who scored either. If I had to guess, I would say it was the forward, Ava Jones. I think she was the one that was out front. So English gets on the board. It's now 5-1. Glasgow coming down. Moon will come out and grab the ball and hold on. Battle going on. They call it out off English. They knocked it by, but then there was contact and she couldn't get to the ball. She knocked it by. And then Glasgow knocked it out. So right in front of the Glasgow bench, English will get the throw in. Glasgow knocks it back upfield. Okay, nice block by the defense. Yeah, they try to go around the defense and they knocked it too far and knocked it out. So Glasgow get the throw in right around midfield after English makes a substitution. They knock it deep. And they take it away, and the kick goes wide. The ball was bouncing and rolling around, and they tried to kick it on the fly. I think that was Reyes. And he kicked the bouncing ball and knocked it way wide left and out of play. Glasgow keeping it in. English trying to knock it away. Can't get the shot off. Too many bodies. Glasgow still in control. Deflected away. English will wind up with it. Glasgow picks off the pass. English picked off the pass. Coming back, and he coming upfield. They chose to pass in the middle. They had a couple of people out in front, and they knocked it deep. They might have had a chance for a breakaway. That one bounced over everybody's head. And it's going to go out off English. Ten minutes and counting left in this one. Duncan to Duncan, and then McKenna Duncan knocks it upfield. Taken away. English takes it away and knocks it out. So Glasgow will get the throw in. English had it, Glasgow took it away, and then Glasgow lost it out of bounds. Trying to center it, knocked it deep. They said English blocked it and knocked it out. Glasgow get the throw in again. Bouncing loose. Glasgow almost had possession for a shot. It just bounced a little high. And it bounced away and goes out of bounds. And English will get to kick it in. Glasgow picked off the kick. Taken it to the net. English took it away. And English will start it back. Glasgow back checking took it away. Coming straight across field. Duncan gave it back to Duncan. That was Mia Duncan giving it back to McKenna Duncan. Pass a little too far ahead for the intended receiver, but she was able to keep it in bounds. Turning around, trying to center it. English picked it off. Glasgow takes it away. English looking to clear it. Classical trying to get a shot off. Got stuck between two defenders. Couldn't get the shot away. It went out. Waiting to see who they call it on. They call it off English. It'll be a corner kick for Classical. We're winding down this first day of opening of the season here on LETV. Late in his second half, Classical leading at 5-1 over arch rival English. Like I like to say, Thanksgiving in September when teams play. That went right by everybody. Rolled in and just went by the near post. And there was a Classical player there. It just rolled by her. I think that was Duncan. Just rolled by. Shot came from the far side, went by everybody, and just went straight out of bounds. Not missing that, miss getting inside that near post by much. Classical controlling. Coming from the far side to the near side. And a pass way out in front. And Classical got a break because English knocked it out. It came clear across field. And then threw the pass way too far up. We're in the final 5 minutes, so the clock is shut off, and I still don't understand that. They shut it off with 2 minutes left. In the first half, they shut it off with 5 minutes left. In the second half, and they leave it up to the officials, and they blew the whistle. Classical's going to get a throw in. So Classical is going to win this one over arch rival English. So it'll be the first of 3 times they play this year. English will have a chance to get back at them. So it's going to be St. Mary's and Classical in the 2025 championship final. And it's going to be Lynn English and Tech in the consolation game, as English will make a substitution. English has played dead even in the second half, 1-1. Classical got 4. In the first half, 2 of them exceptionally easy balls that just wound up right in front of a wide open net from the far side, and a Classical player sitting on the doorstep. And just getting the easy tip, knocking it into the wide open net. But they got 4 in the first half. But English has played them even in the second half, 1-1. So Peter Papagiannopoulos has to be happy out the way his kids played in the second half. That strange goal for English when we're giving credit to Ava Jones. We hope that's correct. It was a pass upfield, and everybody stopped. Like, okay, it's offside. But the official didn't blow the whistle. And everybody said, wait a minute, it's not. And we believe it was Jones, just walked in and knocked it home. And that gave English a 1-1 game in the second half. The difference of the 4 goals in the second half. And that shot goes high over the net. It was a good shot, almost dead center, little bit to the right, but just too high and over the net and out of play. English takes it away. Haskell takes it back. Down the near side. Walking in. Takes the shot. Blocked by the defense. Good hard shot by Duncan. Looking for the far post. And the defense come out. And I think it was Zapata who played well. And you blow the whistle, and that's going to do it. So the first day of the Lynn City tournament is in the books. St. Mary's with a big shutout win against Tech. Classical with a big 4-goal first half. Sees English tie them 1-1 in the second half. But Classical gets a big 5-1 win. It was McKenna Duncan with the first goal. Jocelyn Cisneros Tejada got the second one. Mia Duncan got the third. And then Tejada got her second to make it 4-0 at halftime. In the second half, McKenna Duncan got her second to make it 5-0. And then we believe it was Ava Jones on the breakaway getting the goal for English. English had a good second half. They tied Classical 1-1, but that 4-goal lead in the first half was just too much to overcome. So English will drop to 0-1. Classical will go to 1-0. St. Mary's against Classical in the city tournament final on Saturday. English will take on Lynn Tech in the consolation round of the tournament as the first day is over, and we're anticipating big times tomorrow when the boys come in and take over for the city tournament. So 5-1 Classical over Lynn English in this, as I like to call it, Thanksgiving in September. 5-1 Classical over English. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.